Some betrayals do not begin with shouting. They do not begin with arguments or slammed doors or cold looks across the dinner table. Sometimes everything feels normal, so normal that you never imagine your life is about to collapse. Until one day, your phone vibrates and in 1 second everything you built disappears. The day my wife drained my bank account and ran to Dubai with another man, I thought my life was over. 9 years of marriage gone in one morning. Every dollar gone, every plan gone, every promise gone. But what she didn't know was that I already knew the truth. And what she never imagined was that I had been waiting for the moment she thought she won. On karma. After midnight, every action has a consequence, and sometimes karma does not come fast. Sometimes it waits until the perfect moment. I was married for 9 years. 9 long years of building a life from nothing. We met in college, both broke, both young, both dreaming about a future we could barely afford. We lived in a tiny apartment where the walls were so thin you could hear the neighbors talking at night. We shared one old car that broke down every few months, and most of our arguments were about bills we couldn't pay yet. But we stayed together because we believed one day it would be worth it, and for a while, it really was. I worked in IT support, long hours, late nights, fixing problems for people who didn't even know my name. Emily worked in real estate. She was good with people, very good. The kind of person who could make anyone trust her in 5 minutes. Back then, I thought that was a gift. I didn't know it would become the reason my life almost fell apart. After years of saving, we bought a house in Texas. It wasn't big and it wasn't fancy, but it was ours. I still remember the first night we slept there with no furniture, just a mattress on the floor and boxes everywhere, laughing like kids because we finally felt like we made it. A year later, I got promoted and my salary doubled. For the first time, we weren't worried about money, and that was the moment everything started to change. Emily said she wanted to handle the finances. She said she understood money better, that she could invest it smarter, that it would make our future easier. I trusted her, so I gave her access to everything, every account, every card, every investment. Because when you love someone, you don't think about protecting yourself from them. At first, nothing felt wrong. She started going out more meetings, more late nights, more business trips. She said real estate required networking, and I believed her because I wanted to believe her. One night, I came home early from work, and her car wasn't in the driveway, which wasn't strange, but the front door was unlocked. Inside the house, it felt quiet, too quiet. Her laptop was open on the table, and I wasn't trying to look. I wasn't searching for anything, but the screen lit up and one message appeared. Just one sentence. Soon we'll be in Dubai. Then we won't need him anymore. My heart stopped. I read it again and again until my hands started shaking. Dubai. Him won't need him anymore. I sat down because my legs didn't feel strong enough to stand. I opened the chat and saw everything. Pictures, messages, plane tickets, hotel reservations, dates, plans. She wasn't just cheating, she was leaving. And she wasn't leaving alone. She was leaving with my money. Every dollar we saved, every account, every investment, all of it. That night, I didn't call her, I didn't scream, I didn't break anything. I closed the laptop and sat there in silence because something inside me changed in that moment. I realized if I reacted, she would win. But if I stayed calm, I could see everything. So I waited. For weeks, I acted normal. I smiled, I talked, I asked about her day, I kissed her goodnight, and every night she texted him. She thought she was careful, she thought she was smarter than me, but she forgot one thing. I work in IT. I know how to track accounts, I know how to see transfers, and I know how to watch without being seen. That's when I saw the plan. She was moving money slowly, small amounts, little by little, so I wouldn't notice until one day everything would be gone. That day came on a Friday. I was sitting at my desk when my phone vibrated. Bank alert, large withdrawal, then another, then another. I opened the app and looked at the balance. $12. $12 left after 9 years of work. I called her, no answer. Called again, voicemail. Then I saw the email, flight confirmation, Dallas to Dubai, one way. I stared at the screen and instead of panic, I smiled because she didn't know something. 2 weeks earlier, I moved most of the money. Not all, just enough for her to think she won. The real savings were safe in an account she never knew existed. The house was only in my name. The investments were only in my name. The retirement fund was only in my name. She thought she destroyed me, but she didn't even touch the real balance. That night, I went home to an empty house. Her clothes gone, her jewelry gone, pictures gone, but one thing was still there, the safe. She forgot the safe. Inside were documents, contracts, copies, and one paper she forgot existed, a post-nuptial agreement signed years ago after a fight. She signed it without reading it, and it said, if she cheated, she gets nothing, nothing. I sat on the floor holding that paper, and for the first time since I saw that message, I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because karma had perfect timing. 2 weeks later, my phone rang. Her name, her voice was soft, sweet, too sweet. She said she made a mistake. She said Dubai wasn't what she expected. She said she missed me. I stayed silent and asked one question. Did he leave you? There was a long silence, then she started crying. He took the money and left her there, just like she planned to do to me. She said she had no money, no place to stay, and asked me to send her a ticket. I looked at the paper on the table and said, no. She screamed. She said, I ruined her life, and I told her one thing, you ruined it yourself. Then I hung up. 1 month later, the divorce was finalized. She got nothing. Not the house, not the savings, not the investments, nothing. Last I heard, she was working a small office job in another state. No Dubai, no lover, no money, just consequences. And me. I kept the house, kept the savings, kept my peace, and learned something I will never forget. Trust is powerful, but betrayal is louder, and karma never forgets the address. On karma. After midnight, every action has a consequence, and sometimes the person who thinks they stole everything is the one who ends up with nothing.